Well, hello, stamping friends. I know I'm a little bit early today on this Tuesday, but look what the mailman, our letter carrier, brought today. My new paper pumpkin box. So I thought I'd jump on real quick and we'll open it together. Let me just take the plastic off over here. There we go. Almost there. Oh, this box is so pretty. Just get the label off here. There we go. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. And here's our beautiful box. Some of you may remember there was a bundle, Forever Fern. That's going to coordinate really nicely. So if you happen to have that, great. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, pretty mossy meadow tissue with a Lost Lagoon spot. And our pretty, so we have with love and gratitude, thanks, grateful for you, thank you, for you, and then some really pretty floral images. Okay, although I saw somebody that used this maybe like a pumpkin. Oh yeah, not so much floral. Pumpkin. Okay. Let's get the box out of the way. As beautiful as it is, let's move that out of our way and see what else is in here. Okay. Ooh. All right, that tissue is definitely going to get reused somehow, I'm sure. All right. Let's open this. Now, I always need to be a little bit careful here. So in here we have some smaller size cards and some packaging. So let's take a look. Some of you, I know, were a little disappointed that this wasn't going to be a Halloween kit. I think Stampin' Up! Is trying to balance really carefully, and they're not going to make everybody happy every time. But some people didn't love a Halloween kit, okay? So I think they were trying to walk a very fine line, and I'm thinking they maybe did a really good job. Okay, so we have some tear and tape. Okay, that's been an adhesive of choice of late, especially if we're doing packaging. All right, we have some mini dimensionals. So here are our envelopes. Oh my golly, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. We might be making these into full-size cards. I don't know. We'll see. But they're very pretty. Lost Lagoon. And they have like a texture to them. Let me bring them up a little closer to the camera. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they have like a texture. They don't feel like a texture, but they look like a texture. All right, let's set those out of the way. And so here are the boxes, or bags. Okay, so they fold this way. And then there's some other fold lines here. So they're gonna go kind of in, I think. Hang on. All right, let's set those out of the way. And we've got lots of beautiful die cuts. Okay, 2 sets. Yep, 2 pages worth of those die cuts. Some glue dots, some more adhesive, some really pretty labels, some other beautiful die cuts. Oh boy, this is going to be so pretty. I have a feeling I know what I'm using these for. Yeah, these may be, I may be using these for the baby shower that we're doing for my daughter. And then some foil ones. And they do put a tissue in between, which I thought was very thoughtful, so that they don't get scratched. All right. So then we get to the cardboard, and here is our direction sheet. Okay, so this shows that we have die cuts for the bags, so you get enough to make 8 of these little gift bag kind of things, okay? And then 8 of the mini cards. So let's take a look at the directions and see what we got going here. All right, so for a bag, we're gonna need one of the big, let's see if we can get one of these out without wrecking everything. Okay, so we'll need one of those. We'll need one of these. And we'll need some tear and tape, the label. Oops, let's grab one of those. Now I can see how this label has 2 bannered ends. This label only has 1. So you want to kind of check that. So we're going to grab one of these for this. I didn't grab these things yet, but we'll need one of these. Okay, I'll just set that over here. Okay. All right. I think that's all we need. Yep, and it says thank you. And that works for me. So let me put thank you. Oh, did I bring a block over here? Not really. It's all right. I'm all set up for tonight. So I'll just move something off of that. And did I bring... Yeah, I didn't grab my Lost Lagoon. I hate to open this. Can you guys be patient for 1 second? All right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab Lost Lagoon. Right here. Okay. So we'll grab Lost Lagoon. Oh, a couple of you have found me. How lovely. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so I just grabbed my Lost Lagoon pad. If you could see this table, you would just about die. All right. Well, I've got all the stamps for later tonight. I've got all the paper pumpkin stuff. It's all good. All right, so let's take a look at our... Okay, so it looks like we're putting tear and tape on the inside of one of these. Okay, so these score lines are not super strong, so I would pinch gently, okay, so that you can start making those score lines. And then we want okay. So my suggestion, let's see, how's this going to work, is to kind of pinch these in, okay, so that the center kind of goes down, okay, kind of like that. Then you're going to kind of push these. There's 2 triangle ones. They make a triangle right here. You're going to kind of push those in. And they don't love going that way. But I think if you gently pinch and kind of push, they will. Well, maybe they won't. No, they should go in. Right? Like a grocery bag. Okay. All right. So then we're going to put a little, here, let's grab our tear and tape. These are going to be a little fiddly, so be patient. Don't try and rush it, okay? If you're going to make them as bags, don't rush it, all right? Just give yourself time to pinch them the way you want them, all right? So we're going to have tear and tape on the inside of one of these, okay? And then on the outside of these two. So on the textured side, see how they show that you're putting the tear and tape here on this side? It looks like not quite burlap, but definitely a textured fabric. That's what it's meant to look like. Okay. All right. So we have our tear and tape on. Okay. And I'm not going to put the adhesive on up here yet because I am not quite ready to close it. Okay. But what you're going to end up doing is closing it down like this. Okay. So it's going to close like that. And we're going to attach our things up here to the flap. All right. So let's put these in. Okay, so it's hard because they don't show us, but what I'm thinking is, since we've got tear and tape here, we're going to want to pinch this one over, okay, so that our bottom can do this and then cover over this way, all right? And it will be okay. So give that a good burnish on there. Okay, so it'll peel off easier. Hope I'm staying in screen. I'm trying really hard. Because what I want to do is bring it real close to me, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so we're going to fold those. Here's our one with the tear and tape, so we don't want to fold that one yet. We're going to fold this one. Okay, and you're going to kind of need to get that to stick. You may have to slide your hand down in there. Okay, just to tack that in place until you get it where you want it. Then you're going to take this off. And again, I would even take your bone folder and really burnish that tear and tape on there so that it comes off more easily. Okay. And then you're going to fold this one over. Then I would sit it on your table so that it's nice and square. Take your bone folder and kind of rub on the inside. Now, these are paper. They are not, cardstock. So these, what you put in them should be relatively lightweight. I wouldn't put anything super heavy in them. Okay. And then you have your little bag, okay, that you can put something in. All right, so let's do a little stamping. I put thank you on my block. I'll open up the Lost Lagoon ink. Oops, not that one. I almost did the wrong one. It wouldn't have, well, it might have mattered. Okay. So I'm going to shoot, yep, there. The picture is showing me that I want to try and aim for the middle. Okay, so I'm going to try and aim for the middle, right about there. Okay, like that. Now I probably should have given this a good rub before. They do give us a spare, but that's not terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. All right, so then 3, 4. Okay, so we need some of those glue dots, it looks like. And it looks like we're going to actually put it on the foil side. Okay, now I'm going to tip mine upside down. Although, you know what? No. Let me show you exactly where they put those glue dots. Let's get my take your pick tool. Whoops. Whoops. Hang on. Well, I guess we're not using my take your pick tool. I guess we're using my paper piercing tool because I took the little pokey part off of there and moved it. All right, so we'll grab a couple of these glue dots and we'll put one on this bottom leaf because that's where they tell us to put it. And then they tell us to put one on this leaf right here. Okay. And then one up here on this leaf. Okay. Then we can take those off. Okay. All right. Then they do show both stems because I recognize this leaf. So they've turned it upside down. Okay. They're going to add this die cut so that those glue dots are covered, but so that we're going to kind of line up the stems, but make sure that your gold is peeking out like that. Okay. There we go. Now we can have 3 more glue dots on the back. Okay, so let's grab a couple more. And we'll put one here. One here. And one down here where the stem comes together. Okay. All right, so now we'll take those off. Okay. And it will go on the flap of our box. Hanging down, kind of like that. Okay, then, oh, this is so pretty. Okay, we're done with this, so let's not land anything in the ink, shall we? Then, 3 mini glue dots across the back, not glue dots, dimensionals. 3 mini dimensionals across the back of our label. That way it'll hold it up off of that just a little bit. This down here, and then we've got that like that. So that makes just a really pretty, that could be, you know, a little hostess gift if you're going somewhere for Thanksgiving. It could be just a little thank you gift to somebody. You could put something different on there. What else do we have? We could just do thanks. You could write with love and gratitude, or grateful for you, or just for you. Maybe we're not thanking anybody. Maybe we're just saying for you. This is for you. So, you know, whatever works. And if you've been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber for a while, you may have another stamp set that you have, you know, maybe you need a fall birthday or something. So do that. Okay, but I think these might make really pretty favors on the table or something for the baby shower, since we're doing a plant theme. All right, so that's the little box. So let's take one of our cards and let's take a look at what they want us to do for our card here. All right, so for our card, we're going to need some other pieces. And let's go over to our, so it looks like we need one of the orange pumpkins, one of the white pumpkins, okay, one set of leaves. Unfortunately, it's not looking like we got many extras. They did a pretty good job fitting our things on there. So it doesn't look like we're going to get too many extra pieces and parts except for our labels. It does look like they again gave us extra labels. All right, and one of the small, so on here there are the tall ones and then there are the shorter ones. Okay, so I'm going to use this shorter one over here. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Oh, and we need this stamp apparently. All right, which means I need to take something off a block. All right. Hang on. Don't go away. I got a D block right over here. I'll just take this off. Grab this D block that was on the other table. And just use that. Okay, so we got our stamp. We've got, we'll put thank you back, and we'll put with love and gratitude. There we go. Now I'm going to give these each a good rub, because sometimes you guys that have been Paper Pumpkin subscribers know that sometimes the stamps, especially these photopolymer ones, have a little film on them. So if you give them a good rub, that helps a lot. Okay. All right. So now let's see. What are we doing here? First, we're doing some stamping. So we're going to find what is our card front. If you're concerned about going over to the back, you can fold it, or you can just put a piece of masking paper or Post-it or something across the back like this along the score line so that nothing goes over there. And I'm going to grab my label and use the back of that so I don't get my pretty paper all mucky. All right, so we're going to go into the Lost Lagoon. So this is a little tone on tone. Should be very pretty. So let's see. So this one says it wants kind of just this along the edge. Okay. And we're going to stamp it, ink it again, and we're going to turn it this time and put our two leaves in this little group over here, like this, down here in this corner, and then in this corner we're going to ink it up, and we're going to get a little of this, so we're just going to kind of go this way. Whoops, don't make a mess, Leslie, you've got your pretty paper here. Okay, there we go. And of course everyone will look just a little bit different, and that's okay. All right. And then we'll do our little label. Looks like it wants the banner facing the right. It's your choice though, because it's your card. So if you want it going the other way, do it the other way. It's all right. Okay. So let's see what they tell us to do next. All right, so we have our card. We can get these out of the way. All right. So, looks like we're putting glue dots on the back side of the foil and on the back side of the leaves. So let's get those over here. Okay. So we have this, yes. So we have one over here, one kind of down here, one over here, and one down here. Then on this foil piece, looks like we're putting one up here on this side, one between these, kind of on this leaf. I think there's room. You may have to roll some of those a little bit, and that's okay. And then one, I'm gonna say that one's over here. Okay. And then on our, so we're gonna put dimensionals on the back of our pumpkins, except on one side of the white one. Okay. So the pumpkin, and I'm going to add a couple more because these are small dimensionals. If they were full-size dimensionals, which I could use, I might be satisfied with just 3, but I'm not. And then we're going to take a look at this. So we want that going this way. So our mini dimensionals are going to go on this side over here. Okay. And then we're going to put a glue dot here because this side is going to overlap this other pumpkin, and so it's going to be supported. All right. And oh, it looks like I think I'm going to use my regular adhesive on that. I'm not going to fuss with any more of these little glue dots. I normally don't use those, but okay. So we're going to start with our gold foil, and that goes up here. So we're kind of pretty close to the edge and pretty close to the top. So we're going to look something like that. Okay. Then we're going to grab our leaves and add those. Looks like the big one down here, small one down here, and we're gonna just, looks like we're just kind of covering that bottom edge a little bit, like that. Maybe tipped down just a smidge more, like that. Okay, then let's put on our orange pumpkin. Okay, take off those dimensional backs. Put our pumpkin in here. Like that. Then, got our small pumpkin. Like this. Okay. And then we can tuck our greeting right up here. Okay. Like that. All right. Whoops, we got a hair in there. There we go. There. So that is what those projects are meant to look like. Okay, our bag and our card. Now I hope you'll join me on Monday, the 25th. So a few more days. So next Monday, the 25th. And we'll play around with some pieces of this and probably make some full-size cards. Okay, so I'll add some cardstock and make some of these into full-size cards. Right? All right, well, thanks for jumping on with me and being excited when my kit arrives. I love that. So thanks so much, and I will hopefully see you on Monday. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.